Alright guys, so we are back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about which 8th year anniversary banner you should spend your Dragon Stones on. Now look, at the end of the day, it really just depends on whichever banner is better for your box, right? I mean, you might have all of these units rainbowed right here, but then on this banner, you need a copy of every single one of them, so it really just depends on whatever would benefit your box the most, and both of the banners are, extremely similar in value, so at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. I think both of them are probably going to be good to summon on because, again, both of these banners are really good. Most of the new units are good, except for these guys. But, I think both the banners are good, and it really just depends on what your box is looking like. But if you're an average player and you just kind of want to summon on whichever banner is better, I do think one banner might have just a little bit more value than the other, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So just to start off, we'll start with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta's banner. Obviously, we've got the new Z Duo. And if you directly compare them to the GT Duo, they're not as good, right? Because I think the Z Duo is like top 7, top 6 units in the game, and then these guys are like top 3. But they're still really good. They stack up, they get some crit chance, they got their standby, so it's not bad if you pull them. It's just comparing them to the GT Duo, they're not as good, right? And then you've got the Gotenks and Piccolo. They're really good. They're much better than the Ice and Nova Shenron. These guys just kind of suck. I mean, I hate to say it, but they really do. So definitely pulling them is pretty good. I think it's some Fused Fighters buff, all that. They're definitely on some pretty solid categories. I think they stack, and then they have a 30% chance to dodge, so they can be pretty impressive in some scenarios. And then now we get into the featured units. So we've got Gamma 1, insane. A lot of people are going to disagree with me for saying this, and that's fine. I get it. But personally, I still think the Gammas are the best TURs in the game. I know it's a hot take. I get it. It's probably not accurate, but they're just really fun. And especially Gamma 1 with his 50% damage reduction. Dude, he's just, such a beast. So him being featured is really good. Same thing with the Gamma 2, but we'll talk about more about this banner once we're done talking about this banner. So Gamma 1, definitely really good. We've got the 5th form Cooler. He's really good, of course. He stacks, he builds up. He's probably one of the best extreme class units in the game right now. So definitely is a good thing he's featured on here. He's not that old, so of course, still a very good unit. And then we've got the AGL Full Power Frieza. He's alright. I mean, of course, he's been out for a couple years at this point, so power creep has started to hit this guy just a bit. But he's still a stacking unit, so if you get the supers off with him, of course he'll start to look pretty impressive. And his team right now is pretty good, thanks to Cooler. The Wicked Bloodline teams are pretty impressive right now. So I think pulling him if you don't have him is definitely good. Of course he'll help with some category missions and all that, so definitely a good unit on the banner. And then we've got the Super Saiyan God Goku and Vegeta. Honestly, don't really need to talk about them for too long. Considering their age, I mean, dude, they're still amazing, right? Considering they were the, obviously, anniversary LR for the previous year, they still are just extremely impressive. If you don't have them, pulling them is going to be really good. And if you do have them, extra dupes for them is always good as well. Because, again, overall, just some really impressive units with them and with the other 7th year anniversary LR. So, definitely good they're featured on here. And then we've got the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. Alright, so he sucks, right? I mean, there's no real getting around that. He's pretty bad just because, he's been out for a while. He's, over 2 years old at this point, pushing 3 years, I think. So, definitely a very old unit, but I do think it's possible we'll see him Easy A within the next year, maybe a year or two. So, pulling copies of him, if you don't have him, definitely is good because, again, his Easy A, I think, is on the horizon. I don't want to say it's, like, very soon, but, he is one of the next Dokkan Fest LRs that will get an Easy A. So I do think definitely a very good unit. And with his Easy A, I'm sure he'll be very good. Because Dokkan Fest LR's Easy A's typically are, very busted. So I guess right now he's not the craziest. But again, with his Easy A, he definitely has a lot of potential. And then we've got the 5th year anniversary Gogeta. So technically, I mean, if you pull them first thing, they're not going to be good. But I'm sure most of you are aware they're going to get an Easy A for the part, I think, 3 of the celebration. I think it's part 3 or part EX, but they're going to Easy A for the end of the 8th year anniversary. And dude, with their Easy A, they're good, right? They are definitely very good. The Gogeta and the Vegito. So pulling him if you don't have him or just pulling dupes of him is definitely very good. Because honestly, to say they're good is probably a bit of an understatement. They're like extremely busted. So definitely very good if you pull them, again, if you don't have them or if you don't have them rainbowed. Because, dude, the 5th year anniversary LRs, man. Probably one of the best things about the 8th year anniversary is their Easy A. And then we've got the STR Goku and Vegeta. Not the best right now, but very similar to the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. They're going to Easy A soon, actually even sooner than the 6th year anniversary LRs. because, of course, they release sooner than them, so it makes sense we'll see them EZA sooner. And with their EZA, I mean, dude, they're going to be extremely good, right? It's a Vegito, too. We need some more Vegito love in Dokkan, so I'm sure if we get Dokkan Fest LR Vegito for Tanabata or something, we might see this guy EZA alongside the Buhan. So I think they're going to EZA pretty soon. And of course, again, Dokkan Fest LR, so typically those EZAs are very good. And then we've got the Int Dokkan Fest GT Vegeta. So he's not great, and I don't want to say I think he's going to EZA like soon, but I do want to throw it out there. It's possible. You know, he could EZA within the next year or two. He definitely isn't necessarily impressive at all in terms of his defense, and his damage is not the best. It's all right considering his age, but still, I think an EZA definitely is needed in terms of his performance. But if you take his age into consideration, it probably will be another year or two before we get his EZA. But if you don't have him, you know, he's all right. So overall, not the best unit, but considering the rest of the banner, I think 1L on this banner is fine, right? So, all right, now we can move on to the GT Duos banner. So, already talked about them. Very good. Top 3 units in the game. Already talked about Isanova Shenron. Sucks. One of the worst banner units in the game. And then we've got Gamma 2. So, Gamma 2 isn't as good as Gamma 1, but still very, very useful. You know, just a very good unit overall. You build up with him, and then he'll start to look very impressive. And then we've got the Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta. They're really good. They have kind of a wonky condition with their costume change, but still a very impressive unit nonetheless. We've got Namek Goku, definitely very good. He stacks up even quicker than the Frieza, so he's still pretty impressive even now. We've got the LR Monkeys, they're really good. I already talked about the 7th year anniversary LRs, very good units all around. We've got AGL UI Goku, much better than Evolution Blue Vegeta, especially right now with the Kaioken Goku that's about to get his EZA for the 8th year anniversary. This is probably one of the best units you can run alongside that guy, so if you don't have him, definitely a good unit to pull. We've got the Tech Vegito, very good, right? Again, the 5th year anniversary LRs are just insane. The physical Buhan, actually, he's still pretty solid, especially because these Majin Power teams kind of suck right now. He's one of the best units on there, and he is a stacker. He stacks defense, so in long events, he still is going to look pretty impressive, right? And then we've got the GT Kid Goku, same thing with the Vegeta. I mean, he can do good damage, but his defense kind of sucks. So again, these banners are extremely similar in value, but between the two of them, I do think the GT Duos banner is just a little bit better because with most of these featured units, it's pretty much tied. Like with Gamma 2, Gamma 1, I guess Gamma 1 is like a little bit better, but you know, it's very close. With the Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta and Cooler, it's tied. With the Namek Goku and then the Frieza, I'd say it's tied. With the Super Saiyan 4s and then the Gods, I'd say it's tied. I mean, I know the Gods right now are a little bit better, but I mean, dude, once we get some more Super Saiyan 4 units, it could easily switch around because they're only better right now because Movie Heroes is one of the best categories in the game. So I would say, like, overall, they're pretty much tied right now, right? Between the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta and then the UI Goku is just straight up better. And then between the Vegito and then the Gogeta, I would say Vegito is a bit better. I don't really think I need to elaborate. It's just Vegito gets more additional, so he could just get higher defense because of all the defense he gets on Super. And then between the Goku and Vegeta and the Buhan, right now, I would say Buhan is a little bit better because he's a stacker, so he can actually get to some pretty high defense. But with their EZA, I do kind of have a feeling the Goku and Vegeta are going to be just a little bit better. But right now, technically, I'd say the Buhan kind of gets a win here. And then between the Vegeta and the Goku, it really doesn't matter, dude. They both suck, right? I mean, it is what it is, right? They're not the best. So again, I think the value on this banner is just a little bit more, mainly because the GT Duo are significantly better than the Z Duo. Vegito is a lot better than the Gogeta, and then UI Goku is a lot better than Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. I mean, this banner still does have some W's over the GT Duo's banner. Again, like I said, Gamma 1 is better, their banner unit is better, but other than that, it's pretty much a tie, and like, the gap between Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 is very small, and then the banner unit, I mean, they're both kinda not good, right? So it doesn't really matter with the banner units. So overall, again, I think the value on this banner is just a little bit higher, but like I said, you know, you sell one on whatever you want. It really just all depends on your box at the end of the day. But me personally, I'll probably prioritize this banner, and then once I pull the GT Duo, then I'll go for the Z Duo. But before we end the video, I do want to briefly talk about the Part 2 Carnival LR banners. They're not good, and I do still think you should prioritize summoning for the Part 1 banners, just because the value is straight up better on those banners. But still, I feel like I should mention these banners are coming for Part 2 if you're not aware. And they're good, right? You know, you got Carnival LR Goku coming back. You've got the Metal Cooler coming back, and then of course both the new Carnival LRs are good. But again, I think the Part 1 banners are just a lot better, right? I mean, there's no real getting around that. But that pretty much has been the video. Let me know what banner you're going to summon on down in the comments. Hopefully I didn't make too many people mad with a lot of my hot takes during the video. But once again, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.